Hi everyone, welcome back to RC Pie. If you've not already, please do click that subscribe button and click the bell as well so that you can see when we've got new videos out. That'll help you, but it will also help me, so that'd be great if you could do that. Today we're going to have a look at this FTX Outback Mini 2. It's a Ranger version and we're going to see what it's capable of. It's a 1/24 scale mini crawler, ready to run, got everything in the box, so we'll have a quick look under the body and then do some tests on it, see what we think about it. This is what you get in the box. So you've got a manual, and not a bad manual to be honest. It's got everything you need to know, how to do your setup. And it's also got, in the back, we've got all the spare parts list, extra body shells and option parts that you can get. So not a bad little manual. USB charger, straightforward. Takes about 3 hours to charge the battery with that. Transmitter is quite a nice transmitter. Not too big, not too small. Fairly handy. It's got your controls on here, an extra channel button for if you put on an extra light, something like that, reverse channel. It's got your trims, and you can also use those for setting your dual rate on your steering and your throttle. Quite a nice unit, and the nice thing with these as well is your handle comes off, batteries are in the handle. That's 4 AAA batteries, so you could just have one of these with batteries in and change it between different units if you want, just by changing the top. So not a bad unit. So the car itself, let's take the body pins off, take the body off. What have we got inside? Well, metal ladder chassis on a full-size crawler, so that's pretty good. Combined speed controller and receiver. Says it's waterproof. I'm not particularly keen on testing that for this particular unit. Now I have got a bit of tape on there because I've had a fiddle with the servo on this. I wasn't totally happy with the strength of this servo, so I did buy a supposedly uprated one, but you do have the issue with these that this uses a 5-wire servo, and most servos that you will buy are 3-wire. So I had to steal the plug off this servo to wire it up to my 3-wire. I had to change the innards of that to get it to work, but in the end I wasn't happy with it. This was actually more powerful, so I've reverted to the original one. I thought it was worth a try because then I could give you some tips. Battery at the back here, it's 600 milliamp hour. Not a lot more to say with this. It's a nice little unit. The motor is situated in the centre. So I suppose the one thing to say is the weight is perhaps slightly towards the back because of the battery on there and the motor in the centre. It's certainly not forward-leaning, forward-biased, which you might expect. Drivetrain on there, it's all plastic. You have got the metal like balls inside the universal joints there on the drive shaft, so that's quite a good thing. This is one of the places where people say they fail. I've not had any issue thus far with this at all, and I've got to say I quite like it. You know, it's your 4-link suspension front and rear with solid axles and locked diffs. Just simple springs, no damping, but on something this sort of weight it doesn't really matter. And the body, nice polycarbonate body with a hard roll bar in there that's screwed in. Not a lot more to say. A spare wheel and tyre on the back. One of the few things to say, I suppose, is that these wheels are actually beadlocks, so that's a pretty cool thing on a 1/24 scale, and would allow you to take those tyres off, put some solder around or some other weights in those wheels just to get a bit of a lower centre of gravity with these. But overall, nice little unit.
You're probably watching this going over the rocks and thinking it's a bit rubbish. But honestly, it performs all right. One of the issues and one of the reasons why you have to take it so easy and keep going back and having another bite at it is the tires deform a fair bit and the servo isn't that powerful. So you can suddenly find yourself at a bit more of a funny angle than you might have expected. But overall, it does okay. It's reasonably well poised. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it handles itself fairly well. You just need to have a go. You need to sometimes back up and have another go. You get it beached, you get it stuck. So you go for it again and you go for it again. But I have to say, it's a lot of fun to drive. All those things considered. And it handles itself really quite well. So I've no complaints with this car, really. At that price point, I think it does. I think it does itself proud. And I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it. Just have a go at one. If you've not tried a small scale crawler, grab one of these and give it a go. It's a lot of fun. Now we're going to have a look at some standard tests. So high grip climb, so it's not about the tyres, it's just about the balance and where it basically falls over backwards. So 40 degrees, coping fine with that. 42.5, that wheel is just kicking up a bit. 45, and it's not making it. And we can't quite put the power down slowly enough. Ground clearance, pretty much what you'd expect. We've not got portals or anything like that. So it's something like 2.5 Lego plates there. Probably about average. Now a step climb, this was to see what sort of maximum height it could get up onto another level. Now we're already meeting the bumper there, which makes it a little bit tricky, but with a bit of a boost, there we go, it's made it up. Now wall climb, so we're climbing over just a single wall, trying to go from the rear wheels onto the front, change that balance over. How easy is it to do? It's certainly tricky, but you can make it over a 6-brick high wall. Clearing a gap, we're going to see just how big a gap it could get over, which is quite relevant. If you're trying to cross a little stream or something, that'll be helpful.
There you have it, the Outback Mini 2 Ranger. It's a cool little truck. I like it. I like the look of it. I like the way it drives, even though the speed controller isn't the best. I mean, far from it. It's quite hard to go slowly with this. But there's something about it that's really fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. At £70, I think it represents really good value and a really good entry. If you don't know whether you want to try mini crawlers, I would recommend one of these. So I'll put a link below to somewhere you can get one. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, and then we can see when the next videos are on, and we'll see you again on RC Pie.